This is Big Papi Racing.
It's time for the 2021 Diecast Games. This is Event 1, The Climb. Car will start on the high side at one end. They'll be released. We will film the car coming up the other side and record it at the highest point, in this case 7.75. Points will be awarded for 1 through 32nd places. Only 32 cars will get points. The first team up, the Down Squad Racing. Shan. He's got a Lotus Esprit and an 89 Mazda RX-7. Here's the Lotus. Up he starts. Past the 5, past the 6, past the 7. 7.83, so 7.83, his first entry. The second entry, the Mazda RX-7. Down the track, up the track, 6, 7, and he's going to get 7.883, the same score. So 2 7.83s, and the bar has been set. Next up, Uncle Elvis Racing. He's got a Ferrari 360 and a Nissan 300ZX. First up, the Ferrari. Up the hill, 4, 5, 6 he goes. There's 7.67 for the Ferrari. Next up will be the Datsun 300ZX. Down and up he goes. 4, 5, 6, 7. Into the 8, 7.84. So with that, it's going to be enough to give him the lead temporarily at 7.84. Next, the A team. Yeah. He's got a Lamborghini Urus and a Mitsubishi Evo. Here's the Urus first. Down the ramp, up the ramp we go. And we are going to go 7.73 for the Urus. Next up, the Evo. A lot of these Evos in this race, or in this competition this year. Up the track he goes, and he will finish with 7.87. So the A team will actually move into first with a 7.87. Next up, RLO Racing. RLO Racing, he's got a Evo and a Semi-Psycho. Evo will be first up the track. Here he goes. He's got the 5. He's got the 6. He's got the 7, and 7.54 is where he ends up. Next will be the Semi-Psycho. Large casting. Up the track he starts, and he will end with a 7.87. So that's actually going to tie him for first place. Next up, WB Racing and Wobbly Bob. Love that name. Here we go. Bob's got the Porsche 944 and a Stinger GT. First Stinger we've seen. Here's the Porsche. Up the ramp he goes. 6, 7, 7.66 for the Porsche. Next is the Kia Stinger, and it's going to be the maroon version. And up the track he goes. He will pull in a 7.64. So that's Wobbly Bob, and WB is going to come toward the bottom here. Next up is My Hot Wheels Collection and Kev Blokey. Here we go. He's got the Corvette Grand Sport and a Pikes Peak Tacoma. So here's the Grand Sport up, and whoa, not quite what we were looking for. A 5.56 for the Grand Sport. We'll let you know. Here's the Tacoma. All the cars were given an exercise up and down one time just to make sure that they're as good as they can get there. And we're going to go 7.51 for the Pikes Peak Tacoma. So that's where My Hot Wheels Collection will come in. Next, Roadrage Racing. He's got a 64 Chevy Nova Gasser and a Bugatti Chiron. Here's the Gasser up the track. 7.22. Yep, that's what he's going to end up with. And the next car is the Bugatti. Pretty blue one. Here he comes up the ramp. He's going to do a 7. Looks like pretty easy. Yeah. Oh, he's going up 7, 8, 7. Did he make 9? No, just short of 7, 9. 7.88 for the Bugatti. And that is going to put him currently in first place. Next up, Roadrage Racing. Miss Emily. This time, she's got her a 17 Ford GT and Nissan 370Z. Here's the Ford GT. Up the track it starts. We've got 4, we've got 5, we've got 6, we've got 6.88 for the GT. And next, the Nissan 370Z. And up the track it starts. And we've got 4, we've got 5, and we've got 6, 8, 3. 6, 8, 3. So after those are titled, you see where they all those scores come in there. Next is Booga Basement Customs, Kig Nitram. He's got the Ford Mustang and a Lannister prototype. Here's the Mustang up the track. 6, 7, 7, 4, 8. He ends up with a 7.48. Next up, the Lannister prototype. Up the track he comes. He's going to make the 7, no problem. Get 724, just short of 25, 724. Next up, NJ Racing, Wally Champ. He's got the Aston Martin and a Swoop Coupe. Here's the Aston Martin. Down the track he goes and up the track he goes. We've got 5, we've got 6, we've got 7, we've got 7.49, 7.49. Next is the Swoop Coupe. Down he goes, up he goes, and short of 7. He's going to be 6.64. 6.64. Here's the standings as they are. There is a correction in there. I'll get that shortly. Here's Big Poppy Racing. He's got a Peugeot Quasar and a Toyota AE86. Here's the Quasar. One of the Matchbox laser wheels. It comes up, and he's going to get a 682 for the Quasar, or for the Peugeot. Next is the Toyota AE86. Up the lamp he goes, and he's going to go 6 and 7 and 7.75, which is going to put him up in 7th place right now. 7.75. Next, Rusty Rods Racing. He's going to be using a Aston Martin and a Honda Civic. Here's the Aston Martin. Up he goes. He's climbing. He's got the 5. He's got the 6. He's going to 6.81. 6.81 for the Aston Martin. Next, the Honda Civic SI. Here he goes up the scale. He's going to get his 5. He's going to get 6. He's going to get 7. He's going to get 7.41. 7.41. And that's going to put him into his spots there. Next, Blue Line Racing. He's our first-year contender. Always has good cars. He's got a Mustang, 67 Mustang, and a Carbonite. Here's the Mustang up. He's got his 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, we're busting 8. Here he is, the first one to bust 8. 8.18. 8.18. Good job, Blue Line. And here's the Carbonite, legendary car in the Diecast games. Up he goes, heavy, right at the weight limit. He's got his 7. He's got 8 plus 8.06. So Blue Line Racing is taking first and second. Look here now, Miss Lily's Boneyard. Lily the dog. She's got a Datsun 280Z and a Turbulence, which is going to have a substitute. Explain that in a minute. Here's the Datsun. Up he goes. He's got his 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.46. 7.46 for the Datsun. We're subbing another Turbulence because there was a dog head added, 2 grams difference. Cannot have that in the race, so I just subbed a car for him. And this car is going to get up, and the Turbulence is going to, he's popped 8. There's 8 on the nose. with a substitute turbulence for Lily the dog. So Lily the dog in Lily's Boneyard, third place at the moment. Next up, Mr. Mom's Racing. This is Mr. Mom Bubba. What's he got for us here? First, he's got an Evo, and then he's got a Bubble Gunner. We had issues with the Evo video. So what we did, for some reason it was corrupt. So I just took pictures, or made pictures out of the video. It would not upload to my camera, but he was 7.88 is what he got. Next up was his Bubble Gunner. And the Bubble Gunner is going to start down, and this video works fine. Leave it to Mr. Mom Bubba. Up he goes. We've got 8. 8.05. And 8.05 is going to take and put him currently in third place. So good job, Mr. Mom Bubba. Next, Mr. Mom Joe. Still in for Mr. Mom's Racing. He's using a Ferrari F40 and a Toyota Supra. Here's the F40. Up the track he comes. He's going to get his 6. He's going to get his 7. Will he make 8? Oh, yeah, he makes 8. 8.07. Good job for the car there. Finally got some 8s busting. Here's a Toyota Supra. Down the track, up the track. He's got his 5. He's got his 6. He's not going to make 8. He's going to be 7.75. 7.75. But Mr. Mom Joe is going to move into second with that 807 for the Ferrari F40. Next, BFG Racing, Mr. BFG. He's got a red F40 and a speed bump. Here he comes. F40's first, comes up the track, and he is going to make he got 8.03. 8.03 for his first entry. Here's the speed bump, one of the low rides. He comes up, and he is going to get there's 7. He's going to fly. He's past 8. Oh, look here. 8.16. So look, Mr. BFG is taking second and 6th. Next is Miss BFG. Also an F40 and a speed bump. Different cars, folks. So here we go. Here's the first F40. Up the lane they go. He's got his 5. He's got his 6. He's got his 7. He's got 8. 8.12. So Mrs. BFG, 8.12. And she's got a speed bump. As I said, they are different cars. Up the track he starts. 6, 7. Here's the 8. Didn't quite make it. 7.93. So that's going to put Mr. BFG or Miss BFG in third place and 9th with her 2 cars. Next is R&R Racing. This is Riker Rogers, grandson of mine. He's got the DeLorean and the Medieval. Up he goes. This is the DeLorean coming up the track, and he's going to finish with us. He's going to get 7.07. One of his favorite cars, the Medieval. He likes the colors on it, I think. It's a faster than ever, and he comes up the track, and the Medieval is going to go 7.6. Is that 6? Yeah, 7.66. So that's going to put him up currently in 22nd place with the Medieval. Next is R&R Racing, and this is Rhett Rogers, the other grandson. He's got an Aston Martin V8 Vantage, and then he's got a Sylvia. Here's the Aston Martin first. Up he comes. He's got his 6. He's got his 7. He's rolling on. Oh, look here. We've got 8. 8.02 for the R&R Rhett. Good job for him. Next up is the Sylvia S15. He starts up the track, and he's going to get his 6 and his 7. Not quite as good with this one. 7.69. But that's going to put R&R Racing in 8th place currently. Next is Po' Boy Racing. He's got a Chevy Silverado and a Shadow Jet. Silverado will be the first one up the track. 6. He's got his 7.39 for the first Silverado. Then next will be the Shadow Jet. He had some issues, and he is not going to run very well. 6.75. Next up is going, just to let you know, folks, there are 4 entries came in with this, and I've got it right, but it's going to look a little different for a few. This is Cut Rock Racing. Cut Rock has a Shelby Silverado and a sidekick. Here's the Silverado. He's coming up, and he's going to have a 7.57 for Cut Rock in the Chevy Silverado. Next is the sidekick. Going to have problems with the Chevy Silverado. Here's the sidekick up the track. He comes. He's got his 6. He's got his 7.53 is what he's going to get. And then, so that's going to put him the Silverado 26. Next is Hot Car Track. And he's got a Jaguar XJ220 and a Kia Stinger. So here's Hot Car Track up with the Jaguar. Jags are always good for this tournament. A lot of them here. He's got his 8. He's got, oh, look here, 8.18. 8.18 for the Jag and Hot Car Track. Next is the Kia Stinger. Let's see what he can do. Down the track, first Stinger we've had run. He's got his 7.83 for the Kia Stinger. So it's going to put Hot Car Track in second with that Jaguar. Here's Metal Mania and 3D Metal, or 3D, and his name, he's got the Silverado and a Stinger also. So Metal Mania 3D. Here's his Silverado coming up, 7.25 for that truck. Next is another Kia Stinger. Down the track he goes, and up he starts. He's got 6. He's got 7. He's going to be up 7 point. He's got 8. 7.81. 7.81. So Poor Boy and Metal Mania distances will be corrected at the final video. Next is Overclocked Racing. He has got a Shelby GT 500 right here and an Evo next. So here's the Shelby GT. He's got his 5. He's got his 6. He's got his 7. 7.87, almost, but 7.87 for the Shelby GT. Next up is the Evo. He takes off. He's got his 4. He's got his 5, his 6, his 7. He's going to, he's got 8. He's got 8.05. So he's one of the 8s now. That's going to put him up, move him up there. And next we've got Aces High Racing Spy Dude. And he's got Dodge Challenger and a Speed Dozer. Here's the Dodge Challenger up. He's got his 5. He's got his 6. He's got his 7.61 for the Dodge Challenger. Next is the Speed Dozer. First one of these we've had in the games. Up the track he starts. He's got his 5. He's got his 6. He's got his 7. 7.16, so 7.16 for the Speed Dozer. Aces High is going to end up finishing out of the numbers at this point. Dirty Deeb Racing. He's got the Studebaker and a Jaguar also. Here's the Studebaker coming down first. He starts back up. He's moving around the track a little bit. He's got his 6. He's got his 7.5. That's the Studebaker's going to do, so he's got 7.5. Next up is the Jaguar. The last Jaguar we had broke 8. Let's see what this one does. He's got his 6. He's got his 7. And he's broke 8 too. So we've got 8.07 for this Jaguar. So Dirty Deeb, that's got him up tied for 5th. And then, of course, you see his other car. Next is the 7th Infantry Division Light, Dirty Deeb. And he's got a 67 Camaro and a Cockney cab. So here's the Camaro. He starts down, and he's going to end with a 7.50 for the Camaro. Next, the Cockney cab. He comes up the track, and he's going to starts up pretty fast, but he comes to a quick stop, 7.13 for the Cockney cab. So that's going to do the 7th Infantry is going to finish below the 32 mark. Next is Team DRT3K. He's got a Mazda Miata, the Reese's machine, Up it starts. He's got his 6. He's got his 7. He's going to be 7.63 for the Mazda. Next, he's got a Turbulence. The Turbulence will start up the track. And he's got his 6. He's got his 7. He's got 8. Just over. 8.01 seems to be where those Turbulences are running. So that's got him up in 12th place currently with the 8.01. Next up, Gen X Vintage Racing. Kit Kayum. Kit's got a Ferrari Modena. These have been good, and also a Silvia S15. Here's the Modena. Up he goes, 7. Oh, he's got his 8. He's got an 8.04. 8.04 for the Modena. Next up, the Silvia S15. He starts up the track. He's going to get his 7.65. 7.65. But the Modena is going to be into 4th place. Next up, Redline Salvage Inc. Veteran racer, but new to the games. He's got a Porsche Carrera GT and a Carbide. So first we'll start with the Porsche. Here he comes up to him. We've got 6, we've got 7, just short of 8. 7.87 for his first run. The Carbide now. We'll start down the track, and up we come. And he's going to get 8. Yeah, just over 8.04. So that's going to put him holding 10th and 19th right now. Next up, your Nightmare Racing. Here he is. He's got the 67 Mustang and a Datsun 280Z. Here's the Mustang coming up the track. Got his 6, got his 7, got his 8. Look here. 8.15. 8.15 for the Mustang. Next is his 280ZX. Or 280Z, not an X. He's coming up. He's got his 6. He's got his 7. He's going to get 8. No, just short. 7.99 for the Datsun. So that's going to take your Nightmare Racing and put him in those 2 spots. So here's the standings. We're halfway through with the corrections made to Poor Boy and Metal Mania. Starting at first with Blue Line all the way down with the current. It looks like we're about halfway through, and it looks like for 32 cars, you're going to have 8 to place in the top bunch to get points. But then we're going to show you every car all the way down by their distances. Go through here. So we're halfway through this event. We appreciate you folks watching. Tune in for part 2. We split them up because, the videos are just going to be too long. God bless you, folks. You and yours. Take care. We'll see you.
This has been a Big Poppy Racing production.